Okay, let's look at another way to integrate AI into some form of a tool for you. I think a lot of companies, smaller SMEs, lose a lot of time in reading through tenders, trying to understand if the tender is a suitable fit for them. Let's just combine AI into that process. So this is a quick tool I built called the eTenders Toolio. Basically what I've done is I've got a RAG system here, retrieval augmented generation. In data management, what you can do is add in your own company documents. So I created this company profile for Acme Builders. It's just a builder's company, and I've got like all of our income, stuff about our number of workers, the sort of projects that we do, stuff like that. So I've built up a profile of that company, and I've also got some stuff on some of the tenders that we've done in the past, the type of projects that we deal with. Now you could build up your own profile of your company and the sort of work that you're interested in, the sort of work that you do, and that is your that's your knowledge base. That's your AI's information stored about you as a company. Then what the system does is it's connected to the eTenders website. So it literally just scrapes the current tenders that are up on the eTenders website. So what I do is I set a date range here. I can just set whatever date range I want. So I'll say from, we'll just go to the last month, from the 16th of November to the 16th of December. And then what we do is we sync. So it's basically going to grab all of those the tenders that were posted in the last month. Now, if I was doing this weekly, I could just grab all of the tenders for the last week or so if I'm doing this fairly regularly. So we'll see what it'll do. It'll just take a minute or two for it to go to the website, and it's picked up 5 recent tenders that might be suitable within that date range that have been added to it. So if I'm a builder, I've already done a search on building, so I'm interested in any tenders that have been posted around building. I could use any number of different terms. Say, for example, we're a food company, we could put in, food into it if we wanted to, but we'll just do it for building because I've got building set up. So we'll just do a search, and here you go. Here are the 5 tenders that were found in relation to building. And just to check and see, 7196434, that is one for the Brothers of Charity. And if I just pop over to the eTenders website, yes, actually that is one of the most recent tenders, which was posted in the last couple of days. So the system does work. What I can do is I can do a few things. First of all, I can assess a fit. So if I pressed on assess a fit button, what the system will do is look at that tender, look at my company data, and then see, is that tender a good fit for us? The other thing is we can do is have a chat about that. So let's just do this. We'll click on the chat about this. So let's have a chat about that feature. Now, when I clicked on that, what it does is it adds it to the chat with agent. Here I have a few different agents that I've created. The tender review agent is a fairly straightforward one that's designed to review the tender and give me information back on it. I could also do a financial review agent to look at the finances involved, or a response agent. If I'm interested in this tender, I could actually start formatting responses back to the questions in that tender if I want to. So let's just look at the tender review first of all. So what can you tell me about this this tender? High level is fine. So we'll just see what the system will tell me about that. It'll pull in the information on that specific tender. That's sent to the AI, and the AI is then going to give me a quick response on it. So it's giving me an idea. This is the value that it's about, what's the reasons for it, and the recommendations. I've also got some potential follow-up questions that I could ask as well if I wanted to. But for the moment, I'm fine. I know a little bit more about that. Let's just go back to the tenders again. So now that I am happy enough with that tender, that specific one, let's do the assess fit. So again, what this is going to do is look at my company information that I have stored, look at the tender information, and see, is it a good fit for us? So it's going to pull in that information again. It's going to cross-reference that with the company information that we have stored in our data management. And it should very quickly, there you go, it's given us an analysis. So if I go to the analysis tab, here you go. It's actually telling me that this is quite a good fit for my company, and the reasons being some of the gaps. Again, if I had more details stored, it might be able to fill out some of those more. And there's justifications and stuff like that. So I'm happy now. That saved me hours of reading through the tenders. Now that I'm happy enough that it's saying, yeah, look, it's a good fit. Now I can possibly sit down and read through that tender in more detail and go back to the other agent, and I can maybe start formulating the response. So that sort of a process is considerably faster than the older manual way of having to read through tenders to understand, see is it a good fit and things like that. So that's quite an interesting way of integrating AI into your tender response workflow.